You ever wonder why some content that you see online seems to effortlessly, even flawlessly, attract all the customers that person could ever need, while yours, can barely get any traction? Right? I know, it's frustrating, isn't it? You spend hours and hours and hours crafting what you think is the perfect post, only to find it disappearing into the digital abyss, literally flushed down the digital drain. Now, here's what I want you to consider. 47% of all buyers view 3 to 5 pieces of content before engaging with a sales page, before engaging with a sales representative of any kind, digital or human. But here's the catch, my friends. Most content never, ever, not once, makes it past the first impression. Why is that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. What separates the content that captivates from the content that crashes, nosedives, crashes and burns, ladies and gentlemen? If you have ever felt that your content isn't performing as it should, you're not alone, and you are in the right place. Today, we're going to unlock the secrets of the content marketing funnel. We're going to go from awareness to delight. We're going to explore each and every one of the 4 stages to ensure your content not only reaches, but truly engages your audience. So stay tuned, because by the end of this episode, you're going to have the tools to transform your content strategy from overlooked to overbooked. Let's dive in and find out how to make your content work just as hard as you do.
Hey there, audacious parents. Welcome to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we're not just about surviving, we're about thriving. If you're tuning in, you're not looking for just another feel-good, pat-on-the-back kind of show. No. You're here because you're ready to disrupt the status quo. You're ready because you're here to challenge your limits and to step out of the comfort zone where we know growth never happens. This is not just your average, let's all be happy with our 9-to-5 lives kind of podcast. We're here to give you actionable strategies. We're here to dive deep into the world of side hustles, digital marketing, and smart income-boosting tactics. Why, you may ask? Because we're designed for parents like you, parents juggling family expenses, childcare, and the elusive me time. We're not just about making money, though. We're about designing a life that you dictate, not one that's been prepackaged in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 box. So, if you're ready to break free and design a life that aligns with your dreams, design a life that aligns with your family, you're in the right place. The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back, my Dark Horse tribe. Now that I've sparked your curiosity about the content marketing funnel, let's just not even mess around. We're going to dive straight into the content marketing funnel and what it's all about. And it's not just a buzzword, my friends, and I almost hated using the word funnel in this strategy, but it is a funnel. It's a roadmap to turning strangers into loyal customers. Now, here's what I want you to do. You've seen it, but for those of you who haven't, I want you to imagine a funnel, like wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. But my friends, this is not just any funnel. This is your guide to nurturing your audience effectively through the 4 stages of content marketing. And those stages are awareness, evaluation, purchase, and delight. No, it doesn't end at purchase, right? Each stage, my friends, is crucial, and each stage serves a very specific purpose in the journey of your customer or your prospect to becoming your customer. Now, we're going to start at the top with awareness. This is where potential customers first come in contact with you, with your brand, with your product, with your service, whatever it is you might be. It might be a blog post, maybe a social media update. It could even be a podcast episode like the one you're listening to right now. The goal here at this stage is to spark interest. The goal here is to make them want to learn more. And you can even think, when it comes to the post itself, the content media update itself, or in this case, the podcast episode itself, you want to do all 4 of those pieces, all 4 of those stages inside the content. You want to build the awareness. I've got you aware. I try to get you hooked. And then you're going to go into the rest of it. And we're going to talk about the rest of it just now. Next, we're going to move into evaluation. Here, your audience starts to consider whether your product, your service, or your podcast episode is the right fit for them. You're doing this right now. Subconsciously or consciously, you're thinking, well, I already know all this stuff. I'm going to move on to the next one. You're going to hit that fast forward. Just do not hit that fast forward button. What you're doing is you're comparing and contrasting. Your customers and your clients and your prospects are doing the same thing. They're comparing and they're contrasting, and they're critically thinking about their options. Your content, my friends, your podcast episode, your social media, your blog post needs to educate and convince them. Now, following evaluation, they're going to reach the purchase stage. This is where all the decisions are made. Your content at this point needs to be persuasive. Your content needs to be reassuring and provide them with all the necessary information that's going to help them nudge them right over that line from prospect to customer, right? And then finally, there's delight. Oh, yeah! Now, this stage is all about surprising them, right? It's exceeding their expectations, surpassing their expectations, turning new customers into raving fans who are going to come back and buy more. And beyond that, they're going to go out there and they're going to advocate for your brand. They're going to talk about you to others. Delightful content at this stage keeps them engaged and keeps them feeling valued, right? Content marketing, friends, it's not just about the content that you're creating. It's about creating a journey for those that you're trying to engage with. Now, let's take some time and let's dive into each one of these stages as it paves the way not just to a sale, but to a loyal customer. All right, now as we zoom into the awareness stage of our content marketing funnel, that one at the very top, that big wide one that's capturing everything, I want you to think of this as the moment that your brand steps into the spotlight, steps onto the red carpet, steps onto the big movie screen. This, my friends, is where everything begins. It's the first impression. It's the initial exposure. It's that first post, that first blog, that first podcast episode that people are going to come in contact with. Here, it's all about visibility. It's about grabbing the essential first glance from that potential customer. You know, that little over the shoulder, hey, what's up? Why is this stage so critical, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, because without awareness, there is no journey. Without them even know you're there, how are they going to come find you? How are they even going to evaluate you? Which is the next part. If people do not know you exist, they cannot become your customers.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
There are 8 billion people on this planet. You don't need all of them. You just need a few of them. How many of them are you reaching? That's why your content here at this stage, it needs to shine bright and clear. It needs to be like a dog whistle that calls out exactly who it is you're trying to reach. You know who you're trying to reach. You're not trying to reach everyone. Let's not go there. My product or my service is for everyone. Okay, well, maybe it is. But as long as you're calling to everyone, no one's listening. No one. So, how do you create content not only captures, but also holds attention? Well, first, you're going to have to understand your audience. Yeah. And that comes from knowing who they are in the first place, right? What are their pain points? What solutions are they desperate for? Are they hungry for? They have to have it. It keeps them up at night. If they're sitting down and writing in their journal, that pain point comes up over and over and over again. Your content should speak directly to those needs. I want you to use vivid imagery. I want you to use compelling stories and striking headlines that resonate with your target audience. Think of a piece of content as a snapshot. And it tells a story of your brand's uniqueness. Yeah? Next, let's leverage multiple channels. All right? Don't just stick to one platform. Spread your content across social media, blogs, podcasts, and even videos. The more touch points that you have, the more likely it is that your message will be seen and it will be heard. Now, just a point of clarification here. I did not say that you had to master every single one of the social media channels that are out there. No, that's not what I said. But what I'm saying is you are going to want to be on the major channels that your targeted audience spends most of their time at. So get your hands firmly around that first channel, the one that you know your target audience is sitting on and spending their time scrolling, right? Get your hands firmly around that one. Then move on to the next one and spread yourself around. Sometimes you can use the exact same content. Sometimes you got to tweak it a little bit. It's all about balance and where you're going to get the most bang for your wisely spent time and your wisely spent buck. Also, remember SEO. Optimize your content for search engines to increase your visibility. Use keywords that your audiences are searching for, not that you search for, that your audience is searching for. But at the same time, I want you to use them smartly. Don't just go in there and start stuffing it full of keywords. No. Make it natural and make it readable. And then lastly, I think it's very important to be consistent. This is a lesson I learned in podcasting from way back in 2007 going forward. Regular updates. Yeah, regular updates keep your audience engaged, and it reminds them, hey, I'm still here. I'm still here ready to meet your needs. Each post, each tweet, each video for you to them is an opportunity to reinforce your message, your brand's message, and the value that you bring. Remember, awareness is just ground zero in content marketing. It's where prospects, potential customers, first see the sparkle, the sprinkle of your personality, of your brand. You need to make sure that that first look at your brand and yourself and your personality and your product and your service is as dazzling as you're able to make it. Moving deeper into our content marketing funnel, we've gone from awareness. We're going to now arrive at the evaluation stage. This is where those mental gears in your prospect and your potential customer's mind begin to turn. You see, because after catching their eye, now you need to hold their gaze. And so many of us out here have the attention span of a goldfish. Right now, we just got finished talking to Shiraz Babu about this, and he built his whole business around this short attention span. So now you caught their eye, now you want to hold their attention. It's about providing value, and it's about the relevance of your offerings to your audience. So in this stage, your audience is going to start assessing your content pretty critically. I'm just going to put it out there and say it like it is. They're asking questions like, is this person trustworthy? Do I feel them? Right? Do I get that good vibe? Is this brand trustworthy? Do these solutions work? How do I know that? How does this product or how does this service stand out from all the others in their market? Right? How do you stand out? Your content here needs to provide all those answers. Your content here needs to be clear as well as compelling. So, how do you build credibility? How do you build trust through your content? Well, that's not too hard. Start with testimonials. So, tell some case stories. Tell some stories about your successes. Actually, check that. Tell some stories about your clients' successes, about your customers' successes. There's nothing more powerful than showing real examples of how your product or your service or whatever it is that you're offering has solved a problem for other people. Let your satisfied customers do the talking for you. Next, you're going to want to back up those claims, a little bit of data, a little bit of research, right? Let's just be honest. People are going to go, all right, I'm going to check this out here and go on to old master Google, right? When you make a statement, support it with some statistics, support it with some credible sources, yeah? It not only strengthens your argument, but also positions your brand as knowledgeable as well as reliable. Hey, not only did he tell me it was 47%, but he told me where he got that information from. Remember the statement made at the very opening of the show? Yeah, giving you a little data, showing you I'm knowledgeable. I know what the hell it is I'm talking about around this joint, okay? Also, let's consider the tone and the style of your content. You want to put yourself out as you. You don't want to come out as this bubbly, energetic person, and when they get on a coaching call with you, you're like, okay, so how can I help you? You feel that? They're going to come on there and go, well, wait a minute. This is inconsistent, right? There's this whole contrast. That's the person you were showing me on the videos. I want you to be transparent. Be authentic. Be you. Avoid, and on top of that, even when you're being you, let's avoid those over-the-top claims. Hey, make $1 million in 30 seconds with 2 seconds of work. Yeah, okay, avoid over-the-top claims that you cannot substantiate. A straightforward, honest approach fosters trust and respect, from everybody, let alone your audience. And here's the other thing. I believe social media in the digital age have given a lot more people highly attuned BS radars, right? They can see bullshit in a moment. It's like, I see it, there it is right there. Even if they don't outwardly tell you or call you in front of your face on your bullshit, on your BS.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
They know in their heart of hearts, in their stomach, they're getting this gut feeling that you're trying to pull one over on them. So don't. Plus, what the hell? You're a member of the Dark Horse tribe, so you don't want to roll like that, do you? No, of course not. I didn't think so. Anyway, and here's the other thing. Let's not forget to make our content interactive, right? Use FAQs, frequently asked questions, use webinars, use live streams, use Q&A sessions to engage directly with your prospects, with your audience, with those that you are here to help. This is not only going to help in addressing their concerns in real time, but it's also going to build rapport and a sense of community with everyone around your brand. So remember, stage 2 is evaluation is where your content needs to answer the tough questions. Make a case for your brand as well as its products or your services, whatever it is that you are out there marketing. It's your opportunity to turn their interest into a conviction. All right, now let's talk about the purchasing stage, arguably the most critical part of the content marketing funnel. Let's be honest, I think it's the most crucial part for you as an entrepreneur, maybe not for the customer, right? Because I think for you as an entrepreneur, this, my friends, is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the contemplation turns into wallet extracting action. It is the make or break moment where your content drives home that hard-earned sale. So, how do we convert consideration into that all too desired purchase? Well, first and foremost, your call to action, your CTA, is going to have to be crystal clear as well as highly compelling. It should stand out and be easy to find, whether it's a buy now button or a sign up today form, or yes, give it to me now. Whatever your button says, make sure it is as obvious as it is enticing. But hold on, right? A strong call to action alone is not enough. Nope. I'm sorry to say it just doesn't work like that. This stage is where user testimonials and product demonstrations can play a pivotal role. Seeing real-life applications or hearing about others' experiences can significantly influence decision-making. These elements are going to help reduce buyers' hesitation, and it's going to do so by showcasing the effectiveness of your product, of your service, of your software, whatever it is, through the voice of other folks or through the text of other folks. And let's not forget about special offers, right? Oh gosh, we all love special offers or limited time promotions. Oh, those are my favorites, right? Or founders promotions. Those are my favorites right there. These, all of them, whatever version you do, these can create a sense of urgency that nudges that prospect towards making that purchase and becoming a customer. Phrases like limited time offer or exclusive discount for first time buyers can certainly make a deal too good to pass up. But, my friends, and this, my friends, is a Sir Mix-a-Lot sized big but. Do not use false urgency. No. It might work once, maybe even twice. But quickly your buyers will see that their special deal, he says with air quotes, wasn't so special after all, And that will leave a proverbial bad taste in their mouth. And not only will they be pissed off and jump out of your ecosystem, they'll tell lots of other folks about it as well. Not to mention, it's just bad form, and you're a dark horse, and that's not how you roll. Yeah, okay, I feel you nodding your head now. So, and here's another tip. Simplify the purchasing process. Yeah, the fewer clicks between your prospect and the final purchase, turning them into a customer, the better. The fewer clicks, the better. Every additional step in the process is an opportunity for them to change their mind, to say, oh, I'll come back to this later. And they never come back so many times. And it's going to reduce your resulting sales easily by 10 to 20% for each step. Think about that. If you have a 2-step process, you could easily be losing 40% of your sales. And if you can make it a 1-step. I've seen things where people say, click here to buy now. And the first thing they ask for is this form of information. Well, they just clicked there to buy now. Get them to buy now. And then collect all that information, right? Or put it all together on the same form. I'm all about, let's do the buy now process. Say, okay, now onboarding processes, I need all this information. See? You're doing the same thing, but you've got them to make the purchase first. So streamline your checkout process so it is as hassle-free as possible. And finally, once again, let's be transparent about the pricing. Yeah, about the pricing and any possible additional fees. Surprises at the checkout can lead to cart abandonment. And maybe we'll do a follow-up process about cart abandonment another time, but those surprises are definitely going to lead to cart abandons. Clarity builds trust, and trust builds customers. Yeah? Remember, my friends, this stage is where your content that we're talking about, it's all about content marketing here. This is where your content needs to do more than just convince. It needs to convert. So make sure every piece of content you're putting out in this stage is optimized to lead your customers straight to that buy now button. All right, guess what, man, ladies and gentlemen, you've made the sale, but the real work has just begun. What the hell are you talking about, Tracy? The hardest part is getting them to push that buy now button. No, listen to me now. I want to welcome you to the delight stage of the content marketing funnel. This is where now customers, once prospects, become champions of your brand. But this only happens if you continue to nurture those relationships. It's not just about meeting their expectations, which, okay, so many businesses can do. And they're like, okay, I did okay. Got $100, I give them $150 worth of value. No, you're a dark horse. It's about exceeding them in ways your customers did not even anticipate. All right. How? First, let's talk about proactive post-purchase support.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What do I mean by this? Well, let's send a personalized thank you message immediately after the purchase. Not just here's your sign-on, but no, a true heartfelt thank you. Perhaps it's a video showing how to get the most from the product. Take 5 or 6 minutes and record a video that says, if you do these 5 things or these 2 or 3 things, here's how you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. Huh? It takes you 5 minutes, and how much value can you deliver in that? Okay, then let's continue to check in every once in a while on a regular basis. Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Schedule automated emails that ask if they're enjoying the product and offer any help if needed. It's these touch points that show you care about their satisfaction, not just their money. Sure, you care about their money, but you want them to be satisfied, to be out there advocating, talking about your product and how amazing it is. And then let's build a community. Building a community is crucial at this stage. Creating places where your customers can interact not with just you or your brand, but with each other. It could be any number of platforms. Sure, it could be a Facebook group, a dedicated forum on your website, or even some interactive blog. The number of platforms that'll help you do this are about as long as my arm. Organize regular community events in these spaces, whatever they might be, right? So webinars, live Q&As. This is where customers can come learn and share experiences and ask a question that maybe others have thought about, but we're afraid to ask. You have those customers out there like, man, I keep hitting this one roadblock, but they won't ask the question. I don't know why, they just won't. So eventually someone will ask the question, and there'll be 5 or 6 others who are like, wow, I just got everything I needed out of this, and they start moving forward again, and they're satisfied. You just raise their level. This engagement transforms customers into active members of your brand's family. Yeah, see? Continuously provide value. This means regularly updating your content to keep it fresh and to keep it relevant. Share tips on how to better use your products, your services, whatever it is you're selling, and then post case studies, right? Show how other customers are being successful using the product that you sold them. And then offer first looks at new products. Yeah, exclusive content is another big one. It makes your customers feel special and keeps them engaged with your brand. And let's not underestimate the power of surprises. Yeah. Let's hand out a few small gestures every now and again. Whatever a small gesture means to you, maybe it's a big gesture. Small gestures can make a big difference. For instance, maybe on the anniversary of their first purchase, why not send your customers a special discount or a preview of an upcoming product? What? How easy is that? And what is it really going to cost you? Really? Seriously? Okay. It's these unexpected perks that reinforce their decision to choose your brand, to trust you with their money, and it will increase the likelihood of their repeat business. Lastly, here's one that so many people forget about. Solicit feedback. Always solicit feedback. And then, once you get it, act on it. Let your customers know that their opinions matter to you. Otherwise, why ask in the first place? When they see changes implemented based on their suggestions, not only do they feel valued, they feel heard. This not only improves your offerings, making your product, your service, your offerings better for the community, but it strengthens their loyalty as well. Remember, my friends, delight is not the end of the journey, nor is the purchase. Delight's not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of loyalty. By exceeding expectations and consistently making your customers feel valued, you turn happy customers into loud, vocal advocates for your brand. And that kind of PR, you just can't pay for.
This is not a drill.
All right. And now, my favorite part of every podcast episode nowadays. And now for a bit of whiskered wisdom. This is our quick tip segment that I started doing, I don't know, about a year ago. I don't know how long it was, not too long ago. One quick tip segment where I'm going to distill all the insights from today's episode into a practical takeaway that you can use as soon as you finish listening to it. As soon as you hear this tip, you're like, oh, I know how to use that. And today's whiskered wisdom, always align your content with your customer's current stage in the funnel. Yeah? This means really understanding where your audience is in their journey and tailoring your message to them to meet them right where they are, right here. Don't be talking over here when they're way back here. You're going to have to yell super loud and they're still not going to hear you, ladies and gentlemen. If they're in the awareness stage, your content should be intriguing and informational. You got to intrigue and you got to inform. If they're evaluating, they're like, okay, I know who this guy is. Let me check him out. Your content needs to educate and convince them. Don't beat them over the head. Just share your knowledge and convince them. Oh, yeah, I'm solid. I'm a rock. You want to check this out. And if you don't believe me today, come check me out again tomorrow. During the purchase phase, your message should encourage action. Get them to just push that button. And in the delight phase, you should reinforce that they made a wise decision and continue to provide value long past the point at which they handed you that credit card number. Why is this alignment so crucial? Well, because speaking directly to where your audience is at increases your relevance and your impact, making your marketing efforts far more effective and your relationships with your customers far stronger. When your content resonates perfectly with their current needs and with their current expectations, you not only catch their attention, you hold it. You got them right there. You're like, I got you. Well, maybe you want to hug them. I don't know, whatever. Take this whiskered wisdom to heart. Review your content regularly and ask yourself if it truly aligns with the stage that you know your customers are currently in, or your prospects if they're not customers yet. Adjust as necessary to ensure that each piece of content that you publish not only reaches your audience, but speaks directly to the needs that they have in that moment. Okay, so keep this in mind as you craft your content. You do have a content strategy, right? Well, if you don't, you're going to go check out my past episode about content strategy. I'm going to be doing some future ones here. So you're going to hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss any of them. Again, keep this tip in mind as you craft your content strategy and watch how it transforms your interactions as well as your results. All right, let's wrap up today's journey through the content marketing funnel. Let's quickly recap the key stages that we've explored. We started with awareness. This is where your content catches the eye of prospects, potential new customers. And then we moved into the evaluation stage. This is where you build trust and help those prospects assess your brand's value, your personal value if you are the brand. Next, we discussed the purchasing stage. This is focusing on converting interest into sales, getting them to push that button, buy now. Okay. And then finally, we discovered the delight stage. This is one so many people miss. This is where you turn those already happy customers into loyal advocates and promoters of your brand. Each and every one of those stages is critical, and mastering them can transform your content strategy, making every piece of content that you publish a step towards a stronger and more profitable relationship with your audience. And that's what we all want, right? We just don't want to make money. We want to build relationships. That's the foundation. Better relationships, stronger relationships, more money. I'm just saying that's how it works. Now, here's the thing. If this conversation perhaps sparked a little fire in you, one of those moments you're like, okay, I can dig where this guy's coming from. And if you're ready to dive a little deeper into building your own side hustle, okay, so I've got something special for you. It is called the Side Hustler's Blueprint. This is probably the most comprehensive side hustle audio course that's out there. And it's probably the one you've been waiting for. Discover how you can finally start your perfect side hustle and be well on your way to living the life you have always dreamed, desired, and deserved. Millions of people are looking for a way to earn a little extra cash, right? And some of them are just sick and tired of that 9-to-5. And if you're starting to resent your job, or perhaps you feel like the walls are starting to close in, those financial walls, and it's time to make a change, you know what the answer to your problems might be? That's right. Starting the side hustle. So don't wait another moment. All you got to do, right, to get this free little audio course here, and you're listening to audio already. You're a podcast listener. Text Blueprint, BLUEPRINT, to 484-514-5323. That's how you get your hands on the Side Hustler Blueprint. This step-by-step audio guide that will help you navigate the complexities of starting a profitable side hustle. Make the decision to transform your future with your side hustle today.
You may now begin the course.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my pitch for the day, right? Thank you for joining me on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. Once again, your time's valuable, and I understand that. Until next time, keep pushing, keep striving, and keep thriving. Think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse Entrepreneur parents, thanks for tuning in. If this episode struck a chord, share it with a fellow parent hustler. Let's grow our tribe that thrives, not just survives. For more insights and a community that totally gets it, join our Facebook group at www.darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. Think successfully and take action.